Anyways, I think we could probably be sitting here forever trying to figure out where the performance issues are lying. Let's try to get some stuff done. Yes. Let's get this done. All enemies on ground floor, including outside, need to be killed to progress on oil prints. Okay, let's just fix that real quick, because that's an easy one. Let's get that shit off my list. Bit of danger. Could you clearly show your behavior tree for an NPC AI? My NPCs are not a good reference for anything, because I'm still a noob. But I'll show you like what the elite looks like. And then there are sub trees for things like being alerted, and then things like in a passive mode. Now, sub trees kind of flucking. They kind of blow. They kind of blow. Just start with BTs, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of issues with my AI, but I don't know if it's necessarily the way that the behavior tree is structured or just the way that I'm doing navigation, which is probably more so part of the problem, like the lack of EQS. Probably gonna use a lot more EQS, I think. Yep. Because enemies kind of run in random spots. They kind of run around randomly. They kind of just run around randomly. All right. Live on YouTube. Huge pog. Let me try to find oil prints. Let's get to that. Okay, so the problem with this level, I guess, is that some people get confused when they're clearing a level or clearing the floor, and they think they cleared all the enemies. Hold on, let's see if we can add all enemies to list. 26. So it used to be 22, now it's 26. So I think it's including the people outside now. So that should be done. Let me re-enable this just so the pathing somehow didn't break. Okay. Skydome collision enabled. Why is the collision enabled on the sky? Turn that off. Okay, good. All right, that's one little thing, just a tiny little fix done. Let's fix this because people keep submitting it. So. In the task manager, opening the settings page actually adds like 7 to 8 megabytes each time. There's no way somebody's opening the settings menu constantly, unless somehow the settings menu lingers, and then opening it once causes the memory leak to get worse over time, even though you don't open it a second time. Like, I wonder if that could make a difference. I don't know. Yeah, the best. What are you working on today? Just more fixing. Hopefully we can get around to crosshair styles. That could be a cool thing to add in. Something I want to try to figure out though is how can I make it in such a way where modders can put in their own crosshair styles as well. That could be kind of neat. I don't know how I could do that though. Like I'm thinking a data table, but a data table wouldn't be helpful for a modder. So I wonder if I can like look in a folder and then gather all the textures and then add it to an array. I wonder if that would work. I wonder if that would work at all. I don't know. But I might be thinking too much ahead. And honestly, I should just kind of just do whatever's easiest and just at least have it there and throw that in and then kind of go from there. Yeah, comedian. And Joe. Game is fire. Hey, I hope you're enjoying it. All I want is custom maps. Working on it. Well, I'm not working on it right now, but I will probably try to do some sort of map loader system in the future. Okay, let's move on. Shield enemy goes all limp after being kicked. Okay, so why is it happening specifically to just that dude? Something weird is going on. I think he must be overriding something. He must be overriding something, but then his mesh is not fixing himself? I don't know. Anything in here that explains any of that potential? I can't think of any reason as to why this would break. Unless I messed up on setting up his animation blueprint, which then, you know, that's on me. Because here we have upper body stagger. Could be this. Could be this getting stuck into that state. Well, I got a bunch of menus open on my secondary screen. Yeah, all right. So, why is it that it fixes itself on my set? On what the BP Elite? We'll open this up as well. Go to the anim graph. Why is he breaking? What's wrong with him? The problem lies here. But funny enough, I actually, while debugging him, it didn't show him reading any of this data at all, which is weird. Very weird. Very weird. I was playing RoboCop, made in UE5. RoboCop? Is that the VR one or the which RoboCop? I don't know which RoboCop. I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, the FPS one where you move all slow and shit. Yeah. Seems like a pretty fun, goofy kind of game. Did I use the interface blueprint in my game? Yes. You mean blueprint interface? RoboCop game is amazing. I saw Eris play it and it looked awesome. Can't you like grab enemies and throw them around and shit? I love mechanics like that. Why is my guy breaking? You can throw them out of skyscrapers? I love that. Suit for Hire has the grabbing mechanic, but I feel like it's not as like, it's not in the position where I would have liked to have it. I feel like it would have been... Is it maybe when I grab them that they get all kind of weird? I don't know why. I don't even know why that's happening. Like, why is that happening? Is that his physics body is like just breaking or something? He is using mannequin brute physics asset, which could be the problem. Maybe we might want to use just the regular one because we changed his entire model anyways. Entire model is different. Okay, just testing. Yep, his body's still freaking out. I think it's probably the shield that is because the shield is a different object. Don't ask me why. It has no collision, but the box, I believe, does have collision. Physics body block. Honestly, we should just fucking change this entire system. This shit's so old. This shit's so old. We need to change this. How hard is making a game like this? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't really know how to answer. It's got its challenges. Pizza? Man, I'm getting hungry suddenly for some reason. Just use the top-down template? Yeah, apparently that's all you need to do is just use the top-down template according to one Steam forum user. Oh shit. I got him to break. I guess I just have to punch him. Yeah, he's still only running this. He's not even running upper body stagger, so What the heck is going on? What the hell? Hey, Johnny. New haircut, I see. Yeah, I needed to get it. I needed to chop it off. I needed to chop it off. I wonder if it's the shield that's causing... No, because technically his physical animation should be cut off by now. And it's only this one enemy that causes him to break like this. When does the problem begin? Why does this happen? And why does it only happen on this guy? Damage to actor. There, Riammo. Can I ask you an Unreal specific question? I can maybe answer it. Maybe I could maybe answer it. Perhaps. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I don't know. How do you do the shimmer effect on your pickup weapon meshes? I guess it's some kind of overlay material with the time node? Yes. Well, it's not even an overlay material. I override the material with a custom one. And then, hold on. I just read whatever textures it has. It technically uses... I create a custom UV1 to make it properly go left to right. As you can see, the RPG does not have that proper secondary UV to do that, though. So that's how it kind of overlays, and then it's just a panner. That's basically all it's doing. Am I planning on making an endless mode? I think before I even try to make an endless mode, I would want to figure out how can I improve the arena mode, because so many people fucking hate the arena mode. I really don't think putting in an endless mode is going to fix anything when people hate the arena mode. And the arena mode is essentially an endless mode. So I'd want to figure out how to make the arena mode more approachable and enjoyable before I even try to figure out the other thing. I have a feeling all of this problem stems from the stupid shield. It's probably the shield causing problems here. It has to be. Let's try this. Query only? I don't know if that would fix anything. Let me make sure that shooting the shield still works. Yeah, it looks good to me. Let me try punching him real quick. For some reason, his physics body is just all kinds of messed up. I don't know why. Here it's using heavy G soldier, simple physics. I kind of want them to use the proper actual physics asset. So let's see if changing that. I don't think changing that would fix anything, but you never know. Because I'm pretty sure I overrode it over here. Physics asset override. Why are you breaking, man? What is actually planned as new content in the next months? There's no like new content necessarily planned. The biggest things, I guess, is a map loader for custom maps, and you know, helping out modders kind of get things going there. Some improvements to like the tutorial, putting in some some more crosshair customization stuff. But in terms of like new maps from me, probably not. It'll probably be more focused on allowing modders to do more stuff, and just polishing things where I can, not really adding in new content. Why is this guy still going limp? Why he going limp? Why he doing that? None of the settings are necessarily different in here. Oh. The base enemy character has enemy set to not block, but the brute has it to block for some reason? Is that maybe what's causing it? It looks better. Let me just double check though. Oh, it's as better as it could be. Let's see if we can somehow bug him out to get stuck in the position though. That's the biggest issue. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is not... I'm not really... You know, as I didn't really state it in other places except for like the release 1.0 patch. I don't really have any plans for adding in entirely new content, like new maps and stuff like that. But I'm definitely going to try to make it so any modders that want to like make things, I'll try to make their life a bit easier, and then hopefully, you know, that opens up some fun doors. Yeah, in terms of me making new levels, that's not on my list of plans right now. If I do end up making new levels, it's just because randomly, I just say, fuck it, I just want to make a couple more levels, but it's not like me promising anything or whatnot. Do I have any tips for anybody who wants to get into game development? Install an engine that you find interesting and just start messing with it. That's the biggest tip I can give. Just start messing with it. And then I would say if you really want to get into it and you want to do like being able to make an entire game yourself, I would say just try to recreate a game as a learning lesson, as a learning tool. Base game has potential to be carried by modders for years. I don't know. I feel like the game isn't sandboxy enough, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure, like I don't know how much it would get carried in the sense that that's why I'm interested to see what modders and map creators are going to do. Because I'm sure maybe they'd be more creative in the sense that coming up with things that I wouldn't have thought about, I guess. And of course, they can create their own custom functionality as well, right? So that's their own thing. I think what would be great is if I was somehow able to make the game a little bit more sandboxy, I guess. But who knows? Maybe modders will come up with some crazy shit. Be funny. I also got one thing I do want to fix is kicking doors is fucking finicky. I gotta figure out what I can do to fix that. Yeah. Whoops. Hey, Reppin. My solo developer, is there a group behind the scenes you enjoyed the screen time? It is me and a music artist. I do all the other stuff, so. Yeah, thank you, Ash. About again starting a Godot project. I really love the work you have, and I hope your game does well. Thank you, Tay, and good luck with the Godot stuff. Godot is interesting. I wanted to try it out, but Godot definitely goes down the... It definitely goes down the... Like, obviously it'll evolve, but I think it goes down that path of you kind of have to do some stuff yourself, which is fine, and I think there's some appeal to that, right? Because then you're not bogged down by pre-existing systems that are already there and having to like work with that, which UE kind of has that issue where a lot of it is kind of like built in. You kind of have to deal with UE's framework. I think that's the advantage and the disadvantage it has. For me, I think it's cool, but man, it would take a bit for me to like get used to a workflow like that. I'm just too used to Unreal. Even though, you know, Unreal has its issues as well, right? As does every piece of software. John Minecraft said, if you ain't build your own engine, you're no game dev. No, I think he said you're not a programmer if you don't build your own game engine. Unless that was some other idiot. Which, I'm not a programmer. I'm a game dev. There's a difference. Okay, I think the elite enemy is fixed. Let's keep testing it and punching him a little bit, though, you know? What is causing him to get stuck in that pose? Also, it seems the brute is suffering from the same thing that one of the other enemies had, which is that they keep attacking even though they don't have priority. I think I see the issue. Oh yeah, I see the issue. Wait, does it not have a has token in here? And it also doesn't have can attack in here? I actually hate how it has the enemy on screen thing. Oh wait, it has third person mode check in there. Okay, well, never mind. There's so many conditions in here. It's kind of getting a little overwhelming. it's getting a little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of overwhelmed. Okay, so can attack at the top here. Can attack at the top here as well. And then should fix that issue where grabbing them causes them to do the slamming attack. I really do hate how their shield looks when they're like being grabbed and whatnot, though. It does look a little goofy. I wanted to grab him there. Honestly, maybe you shouldn't be able to grab the brute. That would solve all issues. You cannot grab big man with shield. But we don't, like, I'm not gonna just suddenly stop you from being able to grab him. I feel like that'd be problematic in and of itself. You didn't build your development language in binary? I don't give a shit. I really don't care about public status. I really don't care. Listen, my biggest concern is game good? Does it run well? Okay, that's all that matters to me. Is game good? Does it run well? Okay, cool. That's all I need to focus on. I don't give a shit what other people think of me or whatnot. Does your game even run on a smart fridge? I don't think so. Don't think so. Don't think so, unfortunately. How long have we been working on this game? Like 5 years? Too long? Too long. There's been a lot of me being lazy, procrastinating, me having to do contract work. Yeah. Fixed? Question mark? Should be fixed? I don't know. Fixed with a question mark. We're gonna do fixed with a question mark. I think. Okay. I feel like I've been following you for 5 years. Let's find out. We can see. Following since 2024. Well, it's not 5 years, but I'm sure it feels like 5 years. Time does pass differently these days. What did I do with the day before remake that I made? I still have it. I still have it. I still got it. I can open it up right now. Yeah, I still got it. Yeah, I still got it. What the? Where's the ammo? Oh, here it is. This silly project. Oh, is it running really, really slowly? Wait, hold on, hold on. How's it now? I set the max FPS to 60. Oh! What did I do to make this run better on stream? I don't think there's anything I can do to make it run better on stream. Would I put the project in my Discord? Like the project files? Probably not. It's got like 5 million marketplace assets. That would fuck me over legally. Let's just turn off Lumen. Let's just... There we go. Now we're... Wait. I didn't turn it off. Wait, hold on. There we go. Now we're playing Rust. Yeah, I don't really see myself using... Well, maybe. I think I'd have to do a lot of optimizations. But I don't know if I see myself using Lumen for a future project just yet. I even duplicated the day before performance. You know how it goes. Yeah, this fun little goofy project. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. I don't think you can. Would I not consider making a full game like this? At some point I'd like to make a zombie game. I think that could be cool, but I don't know when I'll get to that. Yeah, I think you guys only hear the music. Didn't I have a dodge or dodge roll? That's the dodge roll. Why does my mouse in UE5 feel like I'm dragging the cursor through molasses? It's because you are dragging it through molasses. I don't know what to tell you, man. God, that's crazy. I think it's because it's eating all the GPU, and I stream via the GPU. I think all of the encoding gets eaten up. It's just really funny. Clean your mouse pad. Yeah, you could probably do that too. Yeah, this was a fun little goofy project. Fun little goofy project. Wrong one. Yeah. God, the transparency is all kind of... Translucency priority and whatnot is all levels of fucked up. The glass is not... It ain't right. The glass is not right. What are my thoughts on the actual day before game? I think if it had competent leadership, I think it probably would have done better. If they were more honest about their game genre, I think that would have done pretty well too. But yeah. Yup. I honestly think it probably would have been an okay game if they just kept at it, but they just had shitty leadership. I think that was really the problem was the people at the top. No, I think the devs were actually good. They had some pretty good artists. They just needed better leadership. It was a full asset flip. I wouldn't call it a full asset flip. They used assets, but they had artists making things themselves. It's just they needed better leadership to lead them in a better creative direction and whatnot. I don't know what else they use for the other things. I don't know. To be honest, it was so long ago, I don't really remember anything from their game. That's a, it is a remnant of my memory. So yeah. Okay, crosshair styles. Crosshair styles. Yeah, all I know is, yeah, the two brothers, worst leadership probably ever. Incompetent. That's probably as far as I go. The actual developers below them, I'm sure they, like, there was some ArtStation posts that showed some of their work, and honestly, it didn't look bad. It's just they just needed better creative leadership. That's it. I really think that was the bulk of it. Because they had pretty good looking art, honestly. Like, it's just some of it was like lifeless, you know. In an apocalypse, you'd see a lot more junk on the streets and whatnot. Like, look at this. Like, I think it honestly had a good foundation. It was also lacking a little bit of life. Yeah, I don't know what those two brothers did, but based on some of the stories, which who knows, some of those stories could be fabricated. Sounds pretty stupid. Yeah. I liked it a lot, but it was not open world. Right. That's where I'm saying, like, I think if they marketed the game properly, I think the thing is leadership based off of some of the stories you hear, which sounds pretty accurate. They kept constantly changing what they wanted the game to be. And, you know, that's probably what ended up happening. Tay, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you on YouTube. Our second member of all time, Pog. Is that the problem with most AAA games now? Is the leadership problem, releasing a broken game at day one? There's a ton of issues, but most of it does stem from management, from HR, from publishing. Most of it stems from there. If a developer doesn't have the necessary skills to get something done, but they're being tasked to do that thing, or they're not being given enough time to learn the thing and then work on it, most of the times that's probably because of management. Or management can't hire a senior that knows how to do it to be able to train other people to utilize those skills. And then we have issues. Or in the case of UE5, UE5 releases, Epic does the great job of marketing it way too fucking early, and then publishers adopt UE5 too early, and then the developers don't have enough time to gain the skills to utilize the new engine version to its fullest capability. So, lots of, you know, there's lots of little pieces, but a lot of it does stem from, unfortunately, management, leadership, and the people at the top that don't fucking know a single thing about game development. Did you think that even with all the hate they got, they shut it down, they could have worked out all the problems? I think it would have taken them too much time, which would have required too much funding, and I think they probably... I bet you the people that were actually working under the leadership probably were just fucking sick of it. It just had a very rocky foundation. There's always potential for tons of projects, right? How far is working on my next game away? I don't know yet. Hopefully in the next couple months we'll be working on the next game. Spent all the money on their trips. If any of that stuff is true, then yes, it's pretty inevitable that their shit is gonna fucking fail. If any of that stuff is true. I take it all at face value because I'm not gonna trust whatever's on the fucking internet. But at the same time, it's quite clear that whoever was managing their marketing page and doing any damage control did not know what they were doing. Or whoever was managing their damage control might have been someone else, some person in marketing, and they were just given a fucking big piece of shit to try to deal with. And listen, no matter how much you try to polish a piece of shit, it's still a piece of shit. You know, unfortunately. Ronan back confirmed. Maybe. Maybe. It'd be a shiny piece of shit, though. That's true. But it still smells like a piece of shit, even if you shine it. Okay. So what do we got next on the list? I think the biggest one is working on the doors, because the doors are for some reason like very finicky. I can test it here in my space and they work just fine. But in game they have random moments where they end up hitting, they get stuck in the doorway or something else happens, which is really annoying. And then everybody is angry. Would you suggest I should work on my first game? I'm highly interested in joining the game development industry as a professional and passionate job. I would ask the question, Tay, do you want to work in AAA or in indie? If you want to work in indie, you're probably going to be focusing on multiple skills. If you want to work in AAA, you'd want to like really hone down a singular skill while maybe having a secondary skill on top of it as well. That being said, I don't know too much about AAA because I haven't really worked in AAA, so don't really know. But if you're going to focus on something specific, I would say if it's like 3D stuff, like 3D modeling, focus on specific things in 3D modeling. So like 3D modeling, texturing, that sort of stuff. If you want to do programming, focus on specifically programming. If you want to focus on like UI, specifically focus on that. That's probably what I would do. But if you want to work in indie, I feel like indie studios are always looking for people that know like multiple skills. Show. Where's the door kick thingy? What would you say to someone who has good modeling skills but is rather new to game engines? It depends on what I'm looking for. Depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for someone that needs to be able to import their models in an engine and be able to have basic skills there, then I probably would deny your application. But if your modeling skills trumps the fact that you don't know your engine skills, then maybe I could get you to learn those engine skills while still retaining your existing talent. Something to consider, right? All of those elements. But if you're looking like what I always recommend, I always recommend to people like good ways of if you're not in the industry now but you're learning and stuff, I would say get to a point where you can start selling marketplace assets, and then at least with marketplace assets you have a goal to work towards, and you're also making products while you do it. And that way you start building a passive income. And then as you work on those little projects and kits of assets, you can start using that in your portfolio. And I think that's a nice way of going about doing things. This is my AA experience. 3D artists don't need any engine skills besides knowing the basic workflow of properly importing their meshes. Right. Whereas in an indie scenario, it might be that your task is to import those assets and even place them into a specific level or something like that. So where the hell am I? Where's the door break? Oh, kick right here. So we do a delay of 0.1 second, and I guess that 0.1 second is not long enough because the door gets stuck in door frames. The problem is if I increase this 0.1 second to anything higher, the door might go through the floor. That being said, it going through the floor rather than it getting stuck in the door frame, I guess is better. I'd rather it go through the floor than it gets stuck in a door frame. Now, obviously, I don't have a door that leads straight into a wall. So if this happens, that's just bad level design. Funny enough was often enough a big enough issue, especially with Unreal's X Forward. Modify the object type collision of door frames so doors ignore this type. Right, the thing is, I'd have to do that for so many doors. What I did is I made it so it just, world static is ignored until I start wanting to trace. Maybe this is not respecting this Boolean. Could be part of the problem. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's do like a true setter here, just in case. Even though I'm pretty sure this will just not read anything until... But let's just do it anyways. Sweeping is a piece of shit. Sweeping sucks because I don't get much control over it. Okay, let's go through the one level that I know doors are the most important, which is, of course, in Miami. Chop shop. Yeah, no worries, Tay. Honestly, it's a tough question to answer. Also, I'm a little confused because that level is supposed to be separated into parts, and I'm not entirely certain as to why all the enemies are running in all at once. Yeah, this door, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be separated so that this is a different combat engagement. But I guess that somehow got cleared? Oh man, did that all get cleared? Please tell me that didn't get cleared in all of the levels, because that would suck. What's a level that I know for sure we have that separated? Cathedral? I spent a year learning how to make game assets, funnily enough. One of my tutorials was from you. Hey, hell yeah. I hope it helped you, man. Some people fucking hate my tutorials. Oh my god, yeah, I think it did. Shit. Somehow that door somehow oh, that's really alarming. Somehow version control to the rescue. I think this is a non-fixable thing and I just have to go through and fix the levels myself. Let's see, maybe sashimi is fine. Hold on, let's this is one that'll tell me if something's broken or not. Okay, this one's apparently fine, but I guess this is technically a newer level. Poop. Uh-oh. GG's then, poggers! Let's go, Unreal! Let's go! A very pog situation. I'm fucked. Okay, Cathedral for sure. Let's fix that up. Fix up Cathedral. Let's adjust some of these doors. Because there is a challenge in here to do something with the doors. So let's go ahead and do this. I want some of these doors to not make noise. And hopefully this is the workflow. I'm pretty sure it is. Let's make this one null as well. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. I'm pretty sure that's the workflow. Have you seen the new Blender update? They finally fixed the Z buffer for large scale scenes. Ah. Ah. Oh. Man doesn't even know how to make a fishing minigame? I don't know how to make a fishing minigame. Is stealth a thing in this game? Is it good? It's an element, but it's not a focused element of the game. If that makes sense. It is something that you can do, though. It's just not really like a core focus of the game. Let's make these null. So in theory, even though I set those to null, the system should know that enemies shouldn't cross over. Another thing I'm gonna have to think about is how do I expose that to modders? I'm thinking of, these are things I'm thinking about. while working on all this stuff is like, okay, how do I make this shit exposed to modders so they can modify that as well? Like, I wonder, can I just have that nav modifier on an empty blueprint and will it read that? I don't know. I'm curious about that. So let's see. If I shoot an enemy here, they heard me, but I think they're hearing me from a different doorway. Right here, this one. Why is the door being kicked like that? Do you guys see the difference? Okay, I think we need to close all of those doors. All of those doors should be null, so then they don't hear you suddenly. I think that would be the improvement. Although, I swear I feel like I've done that before, but I guess not. So this door will be set to null. You can add it, and when a modder modifies something, it just uninstalls the game. That is the solution? That's the way to do it. It's that easy. Modding is that easy. Also, another thing I heard is that somehow the detection for jumping through windows doesn't work anymore. So that's another thing I need to test. I did change some stuff there, so it could very well be that. I don't know why kicking that door down is so buggy consistently. Yeah, I know about the stretching. I just haven't focused on that just yet. I did fix the brute. Or I think I fixed the brute. Weird, so people aren't able to dive through the window. I'm able to dive Is it because the glass isn't broken? Maybe it's that. Nope. Skill issue? I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. You know what I was thinking of doing is, similar to how we have this porch here. I was thinking of actually adding one over there as well. We got one complaint from a player that they didn't know how to dive at all. And, they thought that they were soft locked when they fell off here. Even though you can just... can just, I almost have to add like a fucking ramp here, like a wooden ramp or something. Enemies with back look like defenseless zombies, to be honest, especially in third-person mode. I have some ideas of how I'll make the melee enemies a little bit harder. I don't want to make them too hard, though, because the idea is they're not meant to be like zombies, but they're not meant to be like fucking ruthless, you know, Hotline Miami enemies that instantly kill you or whatever. you know? So because I set that to null... Oh, he figured it out. He was able to open the door. That's just skill issue? You'd be surprised, man. We have some negative reviews that are just... straight up just skill issue. And then somebody submitted a bug report about this, so I guess I could add some extra mesh walls here just to hide that a little bit. But I am thinking for this section, maybe we kind of do a similar thing that we did there, but here. Might be good. I don't know. Might be a good little adjustment. But yeah, I don't want to make the enemies too hard either, because they're meant to be kind of like fodder. Similar to how Doom has different, you know, different types of enemies. And the simple enemies that seem stupid on their own end up being challenging when there's, you know, a bunch of other enemies in play, right? They kind of they become stupid on their own, but then when they're combined with other enemies around, they can be a bit challenging. One thing I plan on doing is making like a I plan on making a like hard mode, like an enhanced mode that makes all of the enemies a lot harder. And I think I plan on basically making them a little bit like Hotline Miami enemies. They'll essentially be like Hotline Miami enemies, like really fast, probably. I don't know, I'm going to figure out what I'll do to balance them out to be like fun still, but for the people that want that added challenge, could be the way to do it. But there are some players that do enjoy the current difficulty level. It's like a little bit more chill. Hey, Rezu. Howdy do. Okay, so that allows the enemies to go from one place to the other. Now, let's do some little edit here and make it similar to the other section. So we're actually going to remove some of this stuff here. Oh my god, there's a double wall. That's annoying. I guess we'll go ahead and copy this. We'll bring it over here. Honestly, I kind of want a single door. I wouldn't mind a single door. I don't know if I have a single door. No, I'm pretty sure I do. We're gonna have to rebuild lighting, which is always fun. So instead of wall double door, let's do a wall single door. Ah! Do that one instead. Single door frame. We can delete the second door. Okay. Then we'll put this in place. And that creates a bit of a connection point between here and the balcony, which is great. All right, sick. I'm planning adding more execution animations. I'm not sure. Animations are a tough one, unfortunately. Maybe in the future. I don't want to promise anything, though. Maybe. It's a maybe. Uh-oh. It would appear we have a little bit of environment sticking through it. What did we end up doing to fix that? We just extended the floor? Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild lighting in this level. Fun times. You're golden. Posted a very important image in Discord. What is it? I saw this and I've been trying to look for it. It's a good meme. Oh god. That's great. Okay, do I do this here? Oh, but the problem is I still need a fucking ramp because people don't know how to dive. Although they do need to know how to dive because in the future levels they need to know how to dive. This is a conundrum. Whatever, here we go. The entire internet just one day decided to dunk on this man. I think it was just pent-up hatred that everybody, like, must have had. Some unhealthy hatred. Maybe they, like, just, I don't know, came across his shorts, and then from there they were like, I hate this guy. Just forever. Alright, well, honestly, I don't like the idea of using a ramp here. I'm actually just going to use a invisible ramp. Invisible wall. Excuse me? "90% of hate spreading, have no clue what this guy is about at all." No, I get it. I just don't really like his content. But I haven't liked it ever, personally. Whereas this is the Cathedral level in the Miami series. Okay, there we go. Now we got a door that goes to the outside. Very nice. Now I just have to build the lighting in the entire level. Oh yeah, we need to figure out why is this door keep fucking up randomly. I don't think it's the door frame. We literally made it so it like doesn't sweep. Does this door have something that I don't know about? What's going on, door? Talk to me. Talk to me. What you got? What you got? Why are you being an asshole? Is this door frame a different... Nope, it's default. It's also default. I don't understand. Maybe some of these have a different profile. Default. 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 All right, I guess I'll build lighting then. Would you still go back and give minor content updates whenever you're free or bored? I can't promise anything, Aeon. I don't want to give any false promises. I think the biggest thing is I'm just going to try to make sure that I can make modding the game relatively straightforward. You know, wherever I can, I'll try to provide some documentation or whatever. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that I'll try to focus on. Once I clean up all these issues that I have, bugs and whatever other things that I can try to provide, and then kind of go from there. In terms of new content, I can't promise any new content right now. They also get taught once they need to know. That's true. Maybe I should just put a pop-up for diving over there. Yeah, I think what I would do ideally for a 1.1 update is a whole bunch of modding support for like adding in custom cosmetics properly without having to override other cosmetics. And then a map loader. That would be cool too. And then I got to figure out where I can release like a U project, like a simple U project with a bunch of files to make it easier for level creators to do stuff. I've seen some people have to do it on Epic Game Store. I would rather not have to fucking release it on Epic Game Store. That would be nice. But I think inevitably I probably will have to. I don't know. Because I've seen some motherfuckers release projects on GitHub. So if I don't have any plugins or anything like that, I feel like I should be allowed to put it up anywhere. I don't know. I have to send an email to Epic, see what the dealio is there. If only I could do some kind of jumping motion by using my space muscle, right? Right, man? Right? 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 Yeah. I don't want to talk about the 7-year Blizzard mans. I feel like it's like a beaten horse at this point. Was I surviving making mobile games before this? No. Fortunately, I was not that down bad. How are we looking at building light? We're at 60%. What the hell? You've already made it to the list. Nothing else is left to gain. That's okay with me, man. That's all right with me. USB ports are missing up on my PC and it almost corrupted my external SSD last night. Monkeys. I have not used my external SSD in such a long time, man. I would recommend get yourself, if you're doing any backup stuff that's really important, get yourself, I don't know, a cloud backup server. They could be pretty cheap. Or, I don't know, go to like internal SSD. I still have an SSD that's like 4 terabytes or whatever the fuck. And I haven't been using it. It's just empty. The Giga Drive. Fat Daddy is doing pretty well, but that's a hard drive, not an SSD. Ultra Drive is looking a little looking a little red. Looking a little like it had a little bit too much time in the sun. Create a folder called Ronin 2 in the Giga Drive. We will. I think I'm not going to use my old like I've got the Ronin project, but I honestly fucking hate the file and folder structure of this. So I'm thinking we're just gonna start fresh. And anything that I want to port over, I'll just I'll port it over. But fucking I hate the structure of this I hate the structure of this shit in here, man. Yep, I hate it. It's fucking shit. Is 2072 the release date? Yes. It's a double meaning. Yeah, I really don't like the structure of this fucking thing. Poopy. Not very aware about anything Ronin. Honestly, all of the old videos, like, if I work on it again, I think I have a little bit of a better idea of what I would do with the game. Maybe. I'd have to think it through, like, properly this time, because I was, like, all over the place. Trying to figure out the combat and everything. I don't know. I have no clue. Working on a new game is actually kind of scary. Or working on the next thing. But I do want to work on the next thing. It's just scary to work on the next thing. Yeah, no, if I work on Ronin again, it's going to be a fresh U project and everything. I'll probably like reuse stuff, but it's going to be fresh, I think. Fresh start. Oh, right, we got to fix the wall missing. Honestly, that's the least of my concerns right now. I'm going to be honest. Least of my concern. I'm more concerned with the design of the level, structure of the level, that sort of stuff. What did I imagine Ronin to be? So it was like a hack and slash in the beginning. Then I kind of wanted some elements of like Star Wars Jedi Knight style combat, like directional sword fighting kind of stuff, which conflicted with the hack and slash and fast-paced style of being able to like run on walls and all this stuff. And then at one point I was like, what if we introduce some elements of like Doom style combat? And I think that was the problem, is like I just kept going in 5 million different directions. Here's $1 million idea, zombie survival, but it's in the year 2072. Nah, I don't want to combine the two ideas. I don't want to combine the two different game ideas. I think those would be two different games. I think ideally what I'd want is once we're done with this game, I work on Ronin, and then I learn C++, And then once Ronin is kind of out of the way, and hopefully it's just 2-year dev cycle, you know, we make it a relatively simple roguelite where you're going through different rooms, kind of like Hades style. And hopefully I can make the combat really fun. And then hopefully I can implement some good like roguelite-y elements, like Risk of Rain kind of style. And then the zombie roguelite, which would kind of be similar, would be using C++ and doing multiplayer. So I take this time to learn C++, and then I can hopefully start learning replication and multiplayer for the next project. How long will that take? I don't know. I'll probably be 30. Is this going to be full-time? I'm just wrapping up some stuff with my contract work. I still need to do some work. I have a bunch of things on my docket. But I'm just doing it pro bono because like I can't accept money there. Like moving forward, as long as everything goes well, I'll probably be streaming full time. I just got to figure out how to eat food during the stream. But ideally, the idea is to go full time. It doesn't have a ceiling. Does that mean when you walk in here, there's no ceiling? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Of course. I don't want to rebuild the lighting. I should. Oh, whatever. 4-hour streams instead of 3. Ideally, we'll try to do longer streams. But I want to really, like... Okay, we have an opportunity to go full-time again. I do want to use my time a little bit more wisely. Adjustments to Cathedral level. How do you fix the crashes of people with too many different hardwares? I figured out, I try to figure out, is it a hardware issue? Is it something that I can fix and reproduce? If I can reproduce it, then I can go from there. If it's something that is hardware based, it's a very difficult thing for me to fix, if at all. Usually I recommend to update drivers to a proper driver version that actually is like reputable. That's what I would recommend. Etc. etc. Crashes can be extremely frustrating on PC. Oh, can I ask you a question about UE5? Sure. I don't really use UE5, but I can maybe answer it. Do we increase the 5 push-ups to 10 then? No. You guys don't want me to get any work done, huh? You guys don't want me to get any work done, huh? Why is there a random floor over here? What the? 5. All right, 5 push-ups, huh? Okay. All right, Louis. All right. We just want you to get out of your chair every now and then, or maybe invest in a sitting stand desk. My partner wants me to invest in a standing desk. I'm not going to use that. I'm literally not going to use it. Plus, like, where am I going to put my desk? Like, it's too much. Maybe next year. I'll upgrade to an electric standing desk. If I deserve it. I don't deserve it yet. I'll just stand up on stream awkwardly. Next year's only 5 months away. Time is passing too quick. What happened? Gotta add a shower redemption for shower streams. I'm sorry, this is an Asmongold stream. We don't do that around here. We don't do showers. We don't do any of that. You deserve it, man. Stand on that desk. That's not what that means. A standing desk does not mean that you stand on the desk. All right, get me out. Get me the hell out of this level. Did we fix anything on the list? No, I don't think we did. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, let's figure out this then. Crosshair style. All right, crosshair style. Let's go. What's a way that I can make a crosshair system that allows modders to put in their own custom crosshairs? Or should I just not really care about that and just get something put in ASAP? Press the I on the crosshair variable. Done. It's that easy? What? Can you get textures in a folder? Yeah, I was thinking about that, Bach, but I don't know if I can do that. You could just replace the PNG and give it prio. I guess you could do that. But I guess the idea I'm thinking of is if a modder wants to add an entirely new crosshair without replacing any of them. But I guess maybe I'm thinking too much ahead. And honestly, just replacing it is easier. So let's just do this. Where's my crosshair? Yeah, crosshair. Oh, there it is. Where are you? In user interfaces. You stupid motherfucker. Oh, great. T crosshair and then T crosshair 2. Okay, so we have a dark value and then a bright value. So we're gonna probably want to keep the same structure of that. Let's see if I still have my Photoshop license. I don't think I do. It might be time. It might be time that I start learning Affinity. It's highly probable my Photoshop license has run out. Guys, it would appear that I think I'm okay. I think I still have my license. Watch me try to save this, and it's going to be like, you need a Photoshop license. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Adobe has to be like, I think, the biggest piece of shit I think ever. They've got to be, I think, truthfully, the biggest fucking piece of shit ever. I like Substance, though. I used to like, you know, the Substance company. But, I don't think anymore, to be honest. So let's do a filled. I actually don't know. Can I, let me open up the old crosshair real quick, just so I can get a hold of what kind of colors we have on it. I don't know if it's a full white. I want to say it's not a full white color. It's not full white. In fact, the outer crosshair has a opacity, a default opacity. And it has an outer stroke from the looks of it. I don't know what color it is. Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. It is a full white with opacity. We honestly should not have opacity on the crosshair. I'm actually kind of perplexed that we do have that there. We should leave that up to the person playing to, let me save that. We should leave that up to the person to change their opacity. I'm actually going to go ahead and override the default crosshair. We're going to change it up a little bit. Re-import, wrong folder, whoopsies. Go there, blah, 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 blah. And then we're going to follow a similar workflow for the other ones. Okay, so a dot, very simple. We'll do 50% opacity because that's what we had earlier. We got ourselves a dot, baby. So this will be crosshair style 1. We'll put it in a folder. Or I guess style 2, because style 1 would be the original. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Style 3. So style 3 should be maybe a mix of style 2 and style 3. Inner dot, but outer circle as well. I'm down for that. Oh. Oh. The group has a stroke on it. Oh, I must have fucked around with this idea because apparently this is an empty. Well, okay, I guess. This did not scale properly for some reason. So this could be style 3. This would be style 3, which is just basically style 2, but with an outer thing. And then let's do a really traditional crosshair style. Very traditional crosshairs. You know how it goes. Help. Okay. I can't see shit. Hold on, let me fucking... I don't even know what this is. It's apparently soft round, but it's like not filling in properly. What is wrong with Photoshop? Let's go ahead and go to this. We're gonna copy the layer style, blah 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 blah, paste this here. Oh my god! Change the size. And then let's go ahead and mask it. So I'm gonna mask the middle. And then we'll duplicate this. That looks kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that looks a little fucking thick. It looks really thick. I don't know how I feel about the thickness of it. But the problem is if I try to cut off one section, it won't be symmetrical anymore. Okay, well, we can try that. This is style 4. Let's do style 5. What could style 5 be? Fun fact, CSGO has its crosshair offset by 1 pixel. Well, I don't know about it, maybe the default, but do I have a dot yet? I've added, yeah, we got one in on the list. How many pixels did I delete there? 2? So we'll have like a thinner one. The problem is, okay, if I do this, we end up risking the crosshair not being perfectly centered. So that's my problem there. Okay. Over-designed crosshair. That's style 5. How about style 6? I was thinking of maybe an X. No, we shouldn't. Would anybody use this? I don't know if they would. Done, ship it. I like that one. Well, you know what? Sure, why not? But is it centered? Yeah, I guess it's kind of centered. That's the thing, Link. It does look very close to the hit marker, which is what I'm concerned about. Oh, how about a plus? I'm sure someone might want a plus. Apparently, we did not cut off all of the pixels here, and I don't know if that's because of the masking or something else. Let's see, I need to scale this down by 1. What's a crisis style crosshair? What does crisis look like? Crisis crosshair. Oh, interesting. It's like it's a 3-line. That's a funny little crosshair. Hmm. I don't know if it would be very helpful though, having a 3-pronged crosshair. All right, so we got a singular line. Now let's make a second line. So I actually don't want both of these to have the stroke. Instead, I'm gonna put it on the group. And that will allow me to make it look fucked. Why does it look like that? Like, why does it... Like, why does it actually look... Like, why does it look like that? Like, why does it look like... Why do you look... What's wrong with you? Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll draw it myself. All right, we got ourselves a little tiny plus. Well, maybe we want to make it a little bit larger. You know what it looks like? It looks like the Unreal Plus. You see what I mean? That's kind of funny. We do have a minuscule dot. That is style 2. Style 2 is the dot. Style 3 is the dot with the circle. Style 4, crosshair, thick. Style 5, thin. And then we got the plus. It's a plus. For seal clubbing, do you have to complete all 3 challenges or just the no death challenge? You can complete each challenge one at a time. You don't need to complete all of them at once. I know they might be a little confusing at sometimes. Just an upside down V, then the site will feel like a metal front sight. But then with the metal front sight, would the V be right in the center, like the tip of the V? Or would it be like the V would go like this and you'd aim in the middle of the V? I don't know how that would look as a crosshair. That might be a funny one. It's the tip of the V. You know what I had an idea for? Style 7? Wait, no, not this one. No, fuck off. Style 5. But with the circle of style 3. Huh? Wait, what the hell? Why is this boy confused? He's not even in the center. Huh? Huh? Wait, the shadow's all kinds of wrong. Why are you like this? Alright, well, we gotta clear the stroke. Let's see if it works this time. Not really, but you know, whatever. Kinda, not really. It's, you know, it's not great, but you know, whatever. That's the Halo 3 battle rifle reticle. I approve. No, it's not. It's the reticle with 4 lines and a circle. Okay, we don't listen. What if a lawyer is watching? Okay, come on. A heart. Who's in the profile picture, by the way? Is that you? Is it on YouTube? Wait, hold on. On YouTube? Hold on. Who is on the YouTube? I forget. Okay, that is me. From years ago. From years ago. All right, there we go. 7 different crosshairs. Do you think people are going to be okay with this? That means we have 7 cross. Let's make an 8th one. Can I add an emoji as a crosshair? I don't actually know. Can we have this as a crosshair? CSGO crosshairs? I used to play like this. This is how I used to play my game. Okay, what if I do the crisis style crosshair, like 1 and then 2, the 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 1 and a the 3 and a. Okay, well hold on, not this one. This one. Style 8. Someone do the math for me. If you have 3 different lines in a 360-degree angle, what is it? It's 120. Never mind. Nobody answered that question. I already know. Yeah, yeah, I already know. I kind of, yeah, I do math. What the fuck? No, no, no. Give me the... No, 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 give me the... No, 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 put the thing in the bag. No, 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 give me the... Give me the... Take... No, man! Photoshop, it's control, right? No, no, it's not. It's shift click. Give me this. Give me... No, 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 give me... Oh, you're gonna piss me off. I'm gonna get so upset. Give me the... What's the button? Alt? There we go, I got it. I was about to tear my fucking hair out. Not gonna lie, that haircut was necessary. Hey, you watch your mouth, alright? Alright, you... You watch your tone, okay? Yeah, he's not wrong. Alright. We've got the... Why does it not look centered? This shit's not centered, man. 120 degrees. Is it actually 120 degrees or is it 135 degrees? I prefer the longer hair for what it's worth. Really? That's not the Halo crosshair? No, no, no. We don't... This is not a... Why does it not look... Like, why does it look so empty here? Something about, you know, I don't think 120 degrees is what... Was that you as the announcer? It is, yeah. Yeah, it's me. The dev doing voice lines. I'm getting so mad just watching this. Oh yeah? Well, stay mad. Oh yeah? Stay mad. What you working on? Nothing special, man. Just some stupid shit. How about you? Dev voicing his own game. Egotistical shake my head. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I fucking hate that. I like the other one but more. Oh, man. Oh, God. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna do it. 120. 120 is better. It's just, it looks really weird how it's like not, you know, it's just not like centered. You know what I mean? Like how is it that the bottom is so empty? I guess this is just the way it is. It's also really blurry. What does this look like at 100% view? Yeah, you know, it's not bad. I see that as a hustler mentality. He's saving pennies. No, I just kind of like, I guess, doing some voice acting myself. What am I gonna do? Fucking contract someone? Yeah, yeah. Can you say, the train is now arriving? Like, can you do like a couple of the train is like, whatever, man. Who cares? Who gives a shit? One voice line in the entire game. You know, who cares, man? Who cares? Trying to figure out how to structure the levels in the 1 to 5 star time system. I would, Jay, you should look at... What's that game with like the anime kind of characters? White something. Something white knuckles. White. Neon white. Look at neon white. Yeah, neon white. You probably already looked at it. Yeah. The truest form of nepotism, hiring oneself. Every solo developer in existence. Do, 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 do. Someone said that their update apparently wiped their saves completely. Uh-oh. That means their save probably was corrupted or something. That's the only potential the potential thing that happened there. Who voiced the announcer lady at the Metro? Which lady? There's no lady. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? All right. I think we got all the crosshairs we could ever need. Let's start saving these out. Yeah, let's start, put this on a tray. Let's put this out on a tray. Crosshair _2. Wait, 8. This is _8. We're going backwards. I hid my screen really quickly while I save this, so give me uno segundo. It's probably not the way you would say that. Uno minuto. Hey, peace out, Bane. Have a good one. Rest well. Femme Crimson. I can't. No, I can't. I can't make that my voice. You know, it's really funny. When I was younger, when I was like a kid, and my balls haven't dropped. I would answer the phone sometimes when I was younger, and the person on the end of the phone would think I was like a girl. They would think I'm like one of my sisters or something. I use that to my advantage, of course. Of course I use that to my advantage. Are you fucking kidding me? In the first campaign when you left the elevator, there's an announcement. Yeah, that was me. That was me. It randomizes between 2 different voice lines. I used to be able to do Mickey Mouse and the R2-D2 scream when I was a kid. My voice might leave for like a month if I did it now. Oh, I'm Mickey Mouse! Or some shit. Something like that. Sounds like that, right? Mickey Mouse. These job emails are getting out of hand. Job alerts. Apply for president. You can apply for president now. I don't know what the R2-D2 scream... Well, I know what it sounds like. I don't know how you would do it. Like, I don't know how you would make that noise with your mouth. If you even can. Okay, let's import these crosshairs. Oh, shit. Okay. Now what? Now I gotta put these motherfuckers in. Great. Yeah. All right, crosshair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. God, 8 looks so weird because it's like not centered. But it technically shows where the center is. That's a weird looking, that's a weird one. Okay, well, next step is we need to put it in the UI. So color hue. However, we don't want color hue. We want a I don't even know what kind of button we want. What kind of button is this? This is not the place I want to be. Hey! I want like a cycler button. I guess a bit like the resolution scale. Don't God, stop that. Do I have to make all the separate options? Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay, well, great. Sure, I guess. Fine. Okay, go to crosshair settings. Paste. Okay, I'd like to move it up. Unreal, can you please show me what this looks like, please? This also means that I have to create yet another localized text. Yay, great, love that for us. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to start with label 1, value 0. That's going to get real confusing. Oh yeah, it's going to get real confusing. Six, 5, 7, 6, and last but not least, 8, 7, which is great because that actually fills up all of our stuff. CVAR name will be, what's the other things? Crosshair, I don't think we have something for that. So we're just going to make something up. Game, crosshair.style. Crosshair.style. Oh, what's this link? Epic McDude. Some interesting door developments. Oh shit, I love doors. Is he gonna kick it? Oh no, he's breaking the hinges. And then he kicks it. Cool, man. Slow opening. Shooting the hinges to, yeah, cool. Sick. Is it slower to work on your project while streaming? How's your progress speed daily? I think it's like a little bit slower, but you know. I think it just depends on my mood. If I feel like procrastinating a shit ton, or if, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ah, yes, label. I love default label. chances are because it's not set up. It's probably yelling at me. It's like, I don't have something for this. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. So let's go to... Let's go here. Where is the crosshair stuff? I swear we have a whole section for crosshair in here. Aha, default value is white. What the... so we need to register a int cvar setting. I guess with a callback? Oh, hold on, I wanna see this shit. Oh, we call it on the crosshair itself. Something that's really weird is that we changed the crosshair of the main menu crosshair, and I hope this doesn't change the main menu crosshair. However, it probably will. So it probably will. So unfortunately, this is the way it is. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna need to do that. We need to work with that a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the other thing over here. We're gonna register I guess an int. Or what is it? What kind of style thing is this? Because I gotta follow the same thing, whatever this is. This is a styled spinner. What kind of, is that an integer? I'm gonna assume that's an integer. I don't know if it matters, but let's crosshair.style with a default value of 0. Now that label should no longer show as a label. It should show as 0 or 1 or 0. Yeah, 0, I think. Yeah, or 1. Sick. Why is this not in the center? Anybody else see that? That used to be in the center. Why is it no longer in the center? I worked hard to put that there. Oh, because it's no longer filling the entire thing. Uh-oh. I wish I could see what it looks like, Unreal. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Oh, I guess the one thing that's kind of ugly is it doesn't fill the entire UI anymore. Yeah. Oh. I wouldn't mind if it filled it, but the problem is, I don't have like a fill thing for that. So we're just, whatever. Why is Velvet Shadows not playing in the pause menu? I don't have the legal rights to that. Did you make that track, by the way, Kat? Or is that like an existing track that I just don't know about? I don't know the backstory behind it. Set preview crosshair colors. I kind of just want to rename this to set preview crosshair. Yeah, whatever. I won't rename the function. Have you heard of the escape key not consistently working? I just realized I have the same problem on 2 keyboards. I don't know how to reproduce it, Zav, because I've tried to fix it like multiple times. Like after hitting the restart and stuff like that. If it's still happening in v1.0.10 or 11 or whatever the latest version is, you can let me know. Just let me know like how that came to be. One issue is that, like, if the game loses focus, like if you alt tab, then escape won't work. Maybe I should make it so if the game loses focus, maybe I just pause the game. But I don't know. I've tried to do a bunch of fixes. Oh, it was AI? Oh, okay. I see. My stomach. Get int cvar. Crosshair.style. I should probably rename it to game.crosshairstyle, but whatever. Probably a better way of doing this as well, but fuck it. We ballin'. Oh no. Hmm. This does not have a event for some reason. But inside of it does. What? Selection change event. What? What? Wait, what? I can't get the... Then what? What the hell? Whatever. Add callback. Whatever. Fuck it. Just do it here. Wait. Yeah. Create event. Oh, great. It needs an input. Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. All right. Where are we at now? Okay, so now, at least in the settings menu, we should be able to change the style. Boop. That looks pretty good to me. Now it's all about doing it inside of the crosshair itself. So now we basically copy what we have here and we put it in here. Now, the interesting part is, will this edit the main menu crosshair? We're going to find out. I don't know if it will. I don't know if the main menu is a separate... Okay, main menu is a separate one. Okay, let's see if it works. It works. Does it work if we change it in-game? Let's say I want a circle and a dot. Well, looks like we got a circle and a dot. Does it work in top-down? It does. Okay. Let's try the other ones. Make sure they're working as well. Traditional crosses. Excuse me. Did they not get aggroed from that? Interesting. I guess because this door's not open, they couldn't get aggroed to it. We got some adjustments to make on the AI. Still. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. We got the crosses. Let's see. The lighter one might be a bit small. I think that crosshair size will be helpful, but the problem with the crosshair size is it's going to make it blurry. Because it's going to stretch it. I don't have any, like, distance fields or anything like that. There we go. I think I might have separated the rooms a bit too much in the area. Okay, well, nice. It gives people customization and control. This one is very fucking tiny. It's a very tiny plus. Yeah, we might want some larger crosshairs. Grim, why do you think people like the third-person mode more than top-down? I think third-person camera perspective is more... I guess, that's the best way of saying this. More approachable? Or a larger audience, I guess? Okay, so the question is, because some people said that their crosshair setting doesn't save, like the colors don't save. See, if I go to the main menu, I exit, I go back in, I hit continue. Does our crosshair keep the settings? It's so weird that some people are losing their... It's kind of weird that... I need to fix it so that the enemies... He's not here. Okay. God, I still hate that. That's still a thing that even happens in this version of UE. If you enter a room really quickly, some of the occlusion... Some of the occlusion ends up leaking through a little bit. Yeah, I think we still have some work to do on the AI behavior. Am I adding Dragon's Breath? We have a shotgun already that is a bit like Dragon's Breath. Okay, cool. Oh, you know something that it didn't save is transparency. I don't know if I had any transparency. So maybe that's what's like throwing people off. Let's see if the transparency saved. It looks like it did. Yeah, it did. I don't know if... Well, I have to see what people say if they're still... Their crosshair settings are still resetting, which is weird. Yeah, by default in third person, the X-rays turned off because it was just, like, I guess too easy in third person. That being said, I might figure out a way to make it so you still get it in third person, because obviously you do lose out on quite a bit of information. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that in... Can you please add Scout's force of nature that push you in the opposite direction that you shoot it? The shotgun does launch you. Let me see if I can find one on the ground. I don't think I can. I think I'm all out. It does launch you. So when you're diving, you can see it a lot more because you start sliding around the floors and shit. Generating AI music isn't easy. You have to actually edit it and do time slips and everything. Worked on a track earlier. It took me hours. At that point, isn't it better to just make a track from scratch? Like, honest question. Like, I feel like at that point, you might as well just make the track... Like, maybe just use it as a inspiration for maybe some composition ideas, but then kind of just... do it from scratch from there. Okay. Anyways, I'm hungry, man. And I'm glad that we were able to get some crosshair styles in. I do need to localize the text, though. Great. Fantastic. Love that. So that can now... You can change the crosshair Style? Should I call it style? I guess style. What else? We had the shield enemy, adjustments to the cathedral level. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I'll try to figure out some of these other things. Oh, the consistency of kicking doors is still not like 100% fixed, even after changing the delay. So maybe changing that delay isn't the solution. There might be other things I might have to do there. Wow. Okay, I'll see you guys. What day is it today? It's Wednesday. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. I don't know if I have anything going on tomorrow. Let me see. Do I have anything? No, I'm good, I think. Thanks for dropping by. Slowly but surely, we are dwindling the lists. We are lowering the lists, and things are getting better. Yes. I think. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Where did I get? Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to work on a couple of these other bugs today, and then hopefully patch V0. I don't know, V1.0.12, I guess, because we added something. I don't really know what I'm doing with these versioning anymore. The versioning is kind of just like all over the place. It's kind of all over the place now. V1.0.12. That's the one. All right. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for dropping by. Goodbye. I'm going to go make myself some hot dogs. Or meatballs. I don't know. We'll see. Goodbye.